What's up, Raptor Nation and RaptorScope watchers? It's me again, A-Dubs. We're here to talk about the Brooklyn Nets game, and yes, it was a beatdown as expected. We're only doing 2 matchups today because this was a scheduled beatdown, and only a couple significant matchups will really matter here. Quickly didn't even start playing until the end of the game, where he just daggered them with 2 shots and put them to bed. We also have an injury this game. RJ Barrett came down after a fast break and just walked right off the court. Mamu got a steal right after, and Barrett was still walking toward the Raptors bench. It did not look good. A non-contact injury is never good. You never want to see a player just grab part of their leg out of nowhere. I did hear something about a knee sprain, so hoping for the best for RJ, hoping it's nothing serious and that he does recover regardless the best he can. So we're gonna keep this short. We're just doing 2 matchups today. That's gonna be the 2 main matchups, I guess you would say. The 2 matchups I'll be doing today are gonna be Brandon Ingram versus Michael Porter Jr. and the second matchup is gonna be Scotty Barnes versus Noah Clowney. I think we've done both of these matchups before. Both of our Raptors players did better in the previous matchup, and Brandon Ingram might even have lost his matchup today, but this is sort of proof that these Raptors are a whole team now. Jakob Poeltl didn't start this game, so it might have also given Brooklyn an unfair advantage in terms of size and just having their starting center. But let's get into the stats, because I don't know if you can tell, I don't know how much I edited out, but I have a lot to say about this game just in general, and some things that I think Raptors fans should watch out for. There are some trends that have followed us from previous players and previous seasons that I think they are worth pointing out, so we'll do that. Brandon Ingram didn't shoot that well tonight. 6 of 18 shots for 14 points on 33% shooting. He hit 2 of his 5 3-point shots, which isn't that bad. That's 40%. That's pretty much what good 3-point shooters average. His other shots were not true today. Brandon Ingram did reach the milestone of 10,000 points tonight. I'm wondering if that was on his mind, because he was a bit shaky at the beginning, although he's definitely earned the right to be a little bit shaky, as he's been one of the steadiest players on the Raptors this season. Coming back from injury, still not 100%. He actually said in the first game that we played against Brooklyn that he had not gained back his full explosiveness yet, and that was actually the first game that he pretty much took over at the end of the game and put it away. So those are all good signs. Unfortunately, this game was not his best. Ingram also had 8 rebounds, 2 stocks, which were both steals. His assist to turnover ratio was a lot better than this before the 4th quarter. He only had 1 turnover up until the 4th quarter, and then apparently he gave the ball up a couple times. I guess that was the Brooklyn defense swarming him a little bit because of what he did the last game, which makes sense, although they still weren't successful, and we pretty much pulled away at the end of the game through some Emmanuel Quickly dagger 3-pointers. So he had 4 assists and 3 turnovers, which, as you know, I don't like, but it wasn't his best game overall. Somehow he ended up with a plus-minus of +13. So I think, as I said earlier, the Raptors are just becoming a full-blown team now. They didn't play their best game overall this game, but there's only one player that played minutes tonight that ended up in a negative plus-minus. That gives you the sense that this entire team, they all come in and do their job, whether it be the starting lineup against the other team's starting lineup, or our best guys off the bench versus their best guys off the bench, or even if it's mixed and matched, which, if you have been watching, you've seen a lot of lineups with Brandon Ingram and 4 guys off the bench, which have really been kicking, really been hitting other teams hard. Apparently they don't know what to do with those lineups, and I'm loving it. Jacoby Walter, Jamal Shed, Mamu Keleshvili, Grady Dick. I'm telling you, these are really good times for the Raptors. Whether or not it's been going on for a long time, we don't know how long it's gonna last, but I tell you right now, I can't even get through a lineup. Can't even get through a matchup. My goodness. All right, let's go into Michael Porter Jr.'s numbers, which were pretty darn good today. He came out shooting, and he is a shooter. Big time scorer. Used to be on the Denver Nuggets, who are NBA champions from a few years back. Michael Porter Jr. hit 9 of 18 shots for 25 points on 50% shooting. He also hit 4 3-pointers, 4 of 9. So he was really shooting them. He had 6 rebounds, 2 stocks, a steal, and a block. His assist turnover ratio was what I wished Brandon Ingram's would end up to be, which is 4-to-1. Ingram's was almost exactly the same, I swear, just up until the end of the game, but apparently he turned the ball over twice. Michael Porter Jr. doesn't handle the ball as much as Ingram, so I'm assuming he coughed it up a couple times, and that's what makes him end here with the severe loss in the assist to turnover ratio. I have to give this matchup to Michael Porter Jr. The rest of the team threw the game on their shoulders, the Raptors. I'm just looking at all these plus minuses. There's one guy guy, I don't even want to say his name. You go check for yourself. He's the only one with a negative plus minus, and this game was won by 10 points. So really good stuff from the Raptors overall here. It seems like some of the bench guys got some extended minutes tonight, which is also good, especially on the first half of a back-to-back. And honestly, I should have Jamal Shedd's matchup here, but there ain't no guards on Brooklyn to put him up against. Let me go check. I'm gonna go check right now. There's no guards to put him up against. Quickly did his job. Jamal Shed did his job. Ain't not a guard on Brooklyn to put him up against. I mean, you want to say Tyrese Martin because he's a guard, but he's not a point guard. He had 3 assists and 4 turnovers. So he hit 5 of 5 free throws, if you ask me, with a little help from the refs in the first quarter, or at least the first half. It was pretty early regardless, and he was rolling like he was a superstar or something, and that's what kept the Brooklyn Nets in the game early. Just a reminder to y'all that Jamal Shed had 11 points, 9 assists, 1 turnover. You see how differences in the game are made? Anyways, let's get to the second matchup, which is Scottie Barnes versus Noah Clowney. So let's start with Scottie Barnes. Scottie Barnes hit 6 of 13 shots for 17 points on 46% shooting. He also hit 5 of 6 free throws, which at one point in the game, that was the only miss, and that's pretty impressive from the Raptors. The only other 2 misses actually were from Jamal Shed, no offense. Almost all of his points are from free throws. He hit 1 of 4 baskets. I keep going back to Jamal Shed, but come on, man. He played great today. 1 of 4 field goals, but 9 free throws. Good grief. How'd I even start talking about Jamal Shed again? All right, whatever. Scottie Barnes also had 7 rebounds, 6 stocks. 6 stocks. Anyway, killing it on the defensive end with 2 steals and 4 blocks. He played a bit of center today because Jakob Poeltl was out on the first half of a back-to-back, and we were facing Brooklyn. So anyway, so 6 stocks, 4 assists, and 0 turnovers. Very good assist-to-turnover ratio with 0, an infinity assist-to-turnover ratio, and a +2 plus-minus, which balances out with his opponent pretty well, seeing that Noah Clowney did score a bit more, but he had a -4 plus-minus. They spent a lot of time on the court together, and so I'll just go straight over to Noah Clowney's numbers, which are pretty decent for tonight. Although he missed 1 of 7 3-pointers, he did hit 7 of 15 shots for 22 points on 46.7% shooting. He also hit 7 free throws, which something I'd like to point out is how many free throws the Nets got early in the game to kind of keep them in the game. I don't like necessarily talking about the refs, but today's one day where I'm going to make an exception after this matchup. So Noah Clowney also had 1 rebound, 4 stocks in the form of 2 steals and 2 blocks, so he was doing his thing on the defensive end, and an assist to turnover ratio of atrocious. So this is bad. This is really bad. 1 assist and 5 turnovers. I think we've reached an all-new low here in terms of assist-to-turnover ratio. I don't think I've seen a 0.2 before, but Noah Clowney achieved it. He reached the mountain's peak and took the prize of the worst assist-to-turnover ratio we've seen this season from an opponent in a matchup. You're supposed to be one of the team's starters and one of their best players. Damn, this needs to be worked on for Brooklyn's sake. Based on that assist-to-turnover ratio, I obviously have to give the matchup to Scottie Barnes. Sure, Noah Clowney scored 5 more points, but 5 turnovers? We can count the points. It's, let's just say, 2 to 3 points per turnover. Not guaranteed, but you're giving the other team a chance and you're taking a chance away from yourself. It's not a good thing to do 5 times in a game. So Scottie wins this matchup just by being steady as it goes. But Noah Clowney really took this away from himself and possibly the game. I mean, that's a lot. I don't want to ever see any of the Raptors come up with a 0.2 assist to turnover ratio any game this season. And if it happens, hopefully we win, but I doubt we will. I know that artists in France, you know, like mimes or whatever, you know, they used to like wear stripes and stuff. That's kind of like how the NBA refs were tonight. Just fraud artists though, you know, like complete fraud. Like we're winning and you keep making calls against us. You are trying to make us lose. The refs usually lean one way or another, or if they have no way to lean, oh, let's make it a close game for whatever reasons. Who knows? Sports betting. So that's fine. And this is part of what I was talking about that the Raptors need to go through because the Raptors will be tested. It's a long time tradition and we won playing through that. If we plan to win, we will have to do that again. The Raptors are doing a lot of trusting each other on defense, not over covering or anything like that, and definitely choosing their spots regarding when they want to play intense defense, which looks to me as pretty cerebral. I've heard them mention a couple times that at the beginning beginning of the season, they were playing a bit less cerebral regarding when and how they would execute their defense. And it's really good to hear that they've made some adjustments and honed in on what works. And I hope they continue to do that throughout the season. Really liking how Emmanuel quickly has no fear at the 3-point line at the end of the game, forcing those daggers into the opponent, really making it hard for them when they need to stop. And even though Brandon Ingram had a bad shooting night, at the end of the game, he did join Emmanuel quickly in hitting some of those daggers that put the Brooklyn Nets away. It was pretty close, really close to the end of the game, and somehow they still won by 10. You can tell that whatever was happening that made the game close was rectified by the Raptors just playing their game. They didn't do anything special at the end. They just tried to hit their shots. For some reason throughout the fourth quarter, they really hadn't hit too many shots and they had some slumps throughout the game, but the way they put it away at the end really showed their maturity, and hopefully that continues throughout the season. Last shout out to RJ Barrett, just hoping for a recovery there. Apparently it is a knee sprain, and you know how those can be. It is a non-contact injury, which sometimes can be pretty severe, but hoping for the best for RJ. And if there is any time that he needs to take off, that it's not long. This is the first half of a back-to-back. We beat Brooklyn up pretty good, 119 to 109. We have Cleveland tomorrow. So the Cleveland Cavaliers are playing us tomorrow. I'm sure they're getting ready for us. They don't want to lose to us again. 2 losses to us is not just 2 losses to us. It is being buried deeper into the Eastern Conference. And they were the top seed last season. At this point, it's them with something to prove. Anyways, Raptor fans, 7-game win streak. Let's keep it rolling as long as we can. You guys have a good one, and I'll see you after the Cavs game. Peace out.